Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
5 yards.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. Lady! Deep. Get that quarterback. Deep. Get that quarterback. Check 20, play. Check. Go.
From his goal line here, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Switch. Block. Check three.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
Here's Patterson.
Not
a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They go play action with Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Darnell Mooney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Titans, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
5-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. When you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Carried by the wide receiver.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Does a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
He was brought down at the...
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Ryan Tannehill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Pass him in this.
Now a hit
Pass
and
him
a
in
loose
this.
football.
On the play. Recovered by the Titans.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
That's the end of the...
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. Line 59. Line 59. Play. Three butt.
Tannehill, a quick throw into the hands of Davis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
4-yard line.
Halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Down at the 2-yard line.
Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Tiger. Check 52. Out. Tiger. Watch it.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Stopped short of the goal line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Check Kill. Turn up.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
4th and goal.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The line prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On third down, Trubisky. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. On second down, it's Patterson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Gain of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets them behind the line. They're not messing around. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this will pin them nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jeffrey Simmons showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and
11. Throwing here, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 42 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Patterson on the carry. Cordero Patterson. Touchdown, Chicago. Cordero Patterson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have broken the tie.
Extra point.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Tannehill finding Davis for a Titan 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jayon Brown coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
The tackle made.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play in the second and third level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
At the 31-yard line.
He's cracking. He's checking crack. Took left.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a Tennessee Titan. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
10.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Not much there, only a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. Flush to his right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And now it's third down. The Titans on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
He's brought down at the
Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. From the 31, Tannehill. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Again for Henry. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up. I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. They had a little setback there on first down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now Tannehill on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They snap it to Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw again on second down, Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. On fourth down, Tannehill. And no, it's incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Bears will get the football back.
Turnover on downs.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
15-yard line.
Back to throw. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's good.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tannehill now to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Well, drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. So the Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
At the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, we're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out. Get to over.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown. tie ball game here as the kick's away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. From the 27, Trubisky, the connection made, it's Graham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Chicago.
On first down, Trubisky quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. On first down, Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
It's second down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. All right, here we go. The field goal unit staying on the sideline here at OT. They're going for it on fourth. Running for it, Montgomery. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. To throw is Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
In overtime.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for the Bears, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 50. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 45 yards on the ground.
10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. McCaffrey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
On the carry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
At their own 21-yard line.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off of play action, Darnold. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Tech McKinnon. McKinley made his way into the backfield.
McKinley. A loss of 11 on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Number 22, Christian.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Eddie Jackson brought him down. A loss of 2 yards.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. That'll be a hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the Panthers' 26-yard line.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 21. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Play action. It's Newton. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Complete to Dalvin.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Newton now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 6 with the ball on the 7. This is Cook, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Keshawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it 2nd and 9. This is McCaffrey on the give. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The tackle made just shy of
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
1st and 10.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Newton. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15.
3rd and long. It's Newton. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete to Bryce Love.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
At the 31-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Newton 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Newton now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Tremaine
and the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. A loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run for it with Cook into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
They'll try to run this one in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year, and the Bears have taken the lead. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Michael Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bears 14, Panthers 3. Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 50. Beat these two. Check 55. Somebody. Hey, check. Big ass.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that time deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
So that bench release will go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down, Chicago.
From the 50, Newton. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Complete.
10 more there and another first down.
It's a gain of 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's a quick throw finding Edelman. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Danny Amendola, his first touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. They go with McCaffrey. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as they're dropped. Will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter from Charlotte. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
At their own 28-yard.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something there.
And he coughed it up. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. There are 2 words that we hear Coach say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
2nd and short now following the fumble.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, partner, that's a model of efficiency right there. One play, one run, first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings
again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
Here we go. Take both of them. Fly 20.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Complete to Christian.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
By the Bears.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
They start the drive with Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A gain of 6 there on first.
Marquise Brown.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They run again on first down. Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Back to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brought down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just he
takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Panthers 18.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Newton's pass intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Panthers, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.